What is going on YouTube? Sleepy21 or that local mango here. Today I have a LFM rookie race for you guys. Probably the worst LFM race I've ever been a part of. This is my 8th race in the series, I guess you could call it. And this was hands down the most chaotic and most brutal race I've ever did in my life. Probably worse than normal lobbies. Well, I'm going to be breaking this race down as well. Pull up the telemetry. So right here, I don't know what happened here. I got a little sidetracked. Go on the grass, kind of on the grass, right, and get out. Not panicked. I rejoin and actually hide this for a second. Kind of a 3 wide situation. I continue to stay as far to the right as I possibly can. Still far to the right. There's not much I could do here. I'm limited on space. This BMW has plenty of space to his left side. But as you can tell, let's actually do a F7 here. So as you can tell, we're kind of in this situation. I'm going parallel to this white line, and this BMW's telemetry is kind of going like this. So he's eventually going to end up in my lane, which kind of happens. As you can see, he's going straight, hits me, upsets the balance of my car. I'm kind of, at this point, full on the brakes. There's nothing I can do at this point. Kind of a passenger. I'm full on the brakes, and I punt this innocent Mercedes. He goes flying off. Meanwhile, we got BMW douchebaggery right here. This BMW driver is still not leaving me enough space. There's barely a mouse can fit in there. His wheels, as you can tell, are still pointing straight. So he is still, his trajectory, whatever you want to call it, is still, this is his racing line. He's still going straight for it. He still goes straight. He's still straight. His wheels, still straight. Yep, poor Mercedes. He's still going straight, still straight. Gets kind of punted by this, gets sort of punted by the, kind of gets T-boned, not T-boned, ping-ponged between me and this outside BMW right here. But he pings off this guy, then into me again, as his racing line is still straight, by the way. And now he starts to make the corner. I'm already, like, turning. Let's reverse it back a little bit. So the reason why I bump into him, as you can tell, he bumps into me. My theory in this point is, he's basically blocking me. I can't turn, because if I turn right into him. So I'm waiting for this guy to start turning. Yes, I could maybe apply a brake and kind of dart to the left, but so I see him turning at this point. This is where I start turning, applying some throttle as well. But yeah, so that's incident number 1 in this long series. The blue BMW on the right there kind of went off track, leaves us enough space. Nothing to worry about with that. He's still good. So we follow this BMW right here. This orange yellow Aston right here causes a lot of trouble later in the race, and so does this gray Aston. A lot of Aston issues and BMW issues in this race. I don't think much happens here, so we can actually kind of fast forward this. I think there is going to be a little bit of a situation on the downhill, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so yep, so you can see it's kind of actually 7. Let's kind of see what happens here. So again, I think that's the same BMW that punted me, punched this guy. Let's reverse. Oh my god, this camera is really weird. Let's watch it kind of oncoming maybe and see what happens from sky view maybe. What the hell does this? Oh, this BMW just cuts into his way, doesn't he? Oh, it's drag it on my camera, and that's why it's kind of pinging all over the place. So I was kind of switching back a lot. So let's rewind that a little bit. So let's take this BMW, kind of cuts into his way, and then he gets T-boned from the back, drifting into the corner, drifts into Aston Martin. Now both cars are doing a tandem drifting through the second to last corner. Does BMW tap him again? Yeah, he taps him again. Kind of maybe looked like netcode, but he taps him again. So, again, 2 strikes against this BMW. He took out 2 cars. I think that blue BMW just said, F this race. I'm going home. So, let's get back on telemetry with me. I get past without any sort of problems. The Aston Martin could have left me a little bit more space there, but it's all Gucci. So, gonna find more shenanigans, and I'm gonna be cutting the video so you guys don't have to sit through all of this. So we just let's see. Okay, and we're back. So still, it's only beginning of second lap. Already have 2 cars out again. They kind of, you know, held their brakes. Good job on these 2 guys. The McLaren was pretty fast at the end of the race as well. He ends up overtaking me after. Oh, there we go. Another mishap here. So here again, we have adventures of yes, who again? This Aston Martin. So the BMW goes a bit off track. Aston Martin kind of punts him. They both go spinning into the wall. Nothing the BMW could do at this point. He's kind of a passenger. What the Aston could have done here, maybe hit the brakes a little sooner. I think it's on my telemetry. What telemetry? 16. Who's number 16? It's the Aston Martin. So you can see he is not braking. He is actually accelerating. He's still he's accelerating the whole way. Did he even tap his brakes? Let's see. And forward again. That's the BMW driver. 16. Oh, 25 was the Aston. Didn't tap his brakes. Didn't tap his brakes. Didn't tap his brakes. Never tapped his brakes. Couldn't give a flying F from apparently this guy. So, bad juju mojo on this guy. So we see this happening. We stay clear of it. No issues there. Like I said, this Aston Martin and the other Aston Martin are a total shit show later on in the race as well. Again, sorry for not keeping it PG-13, but again, I don't think shit like this should be happening at FM. And now you see the Aston Martin is bouncing around, landing all over the place. He actually goes into Narnia land in about 3 seconds. There he goes. And pause here. At this point, I don't know where he's at. He could be right in front of me. He could be on the grass. I don't know where the game is going to respawn him back. So I kind of take the more... I kind of open up this corner, try to get to the left as I can, and boom, there he is. So I don't know what would happen in this situation if he was in my, because we're kind of at this point we're kind of equal. Yeah, we're kind of equal here. We're kind of on the same. So I don't know what would happen in the game if he was where my car is. I don't know what the game would do in that point. If it would lag out or cause some crashing issues. So in the stream, actually, I scream out like, whoa, because my engineer's like, car on your left, car on your right, when there was nobody there earlier. So again, nothing happens here, so I'm going to skip this part as well. Not to bore you guys, get to the juicy, fun stuff. And we're back. So right here, we have, so I'm coming up again, kind of a blind corner. I don't see this BMW until I kind of come around this corner and I see he's in the gravel. So in my theory, I think he's just gonna hold his brakes, stay there. I have a clear line. But what he starts doing is he starts moving. And at this point, I don't know what he's gonna do. If he's gonna come kind of like this, or cut, or try to go this way. I don't know what he's gonna do. So I start braking, full brakes, 100% braking. Car starts locking up slowly. More lock up, more lock up. I lock up both of my fronts, lose a little bit of steering here. Barely miss him because this idiot decided to spin around when there's about 9 cars behind him. Definition of stupid. So I lose position to the Aston. This was the only Aston that wasn't bad, I believe. I don't think this Aston passing me now did anything wrong. I let him go because, again, I have a slower... I'm slower a bit now because of the spin. Well, not the spin, the brake lockup because of the stupid Aston Martin. So yeah, I don't think nothing happens here. He kind of brakes a little too late, too early. So we're gonna skip forward again and we'll see you guys in the next juicy part. So... And here we have build up to the next kind of shitty situation. So as you can see, we're following the BMW of Perez. He had another few crashes and incidences. And behind us we have an Aston Martin. This Campos guy, whatever. I reported him and Perez for obviously reasons causing the crash. I think Perez hits me after. I'm not sure. I think Perez does a lot more. So slow it down here. Pause it. Slow it down. So the normal braking point, I think, is at this 50 board. Perez brakes kind of at the 50 board. I brake a little sooner because my last thing is I don't want to end up in the back of a BMW. So I brake a little sooner. Actually, let's do F7. So I brake a little sooner, but who doesn't? Yeah, right. Guessed right. Freaking Aston Martin does not brake soon enough. And at this point, as you can tell, he chose this kind of a line. This is the line he has to do. Earlier, get back a little bit, right there. So when he chose, you know, the BMW has to turn in. I have to turn in. This gap is closing. There is no way for this guy to make it through this gap because my car is going to be there in about 3 seconds. I don't know what this guy was thinking, but he wasn't, I don't know, he wasn't thinking clearly at this point because this gap is closing and the only thing he has left to do is hard brakes, grass, or go straight. So he's kind of slowly braking. I'm kind of like 75%. I let go of the brakes here because you don't want to be braking kind of going into a turn, especially a sausage curb kind of upsets the car. I give the car a little bit dab of the throttle, a little bit of braking, kind of trail braking, get the back end of the car, a little bit of a gas, and the Aston Martin hits me, pit maneuvers me. I go spinning, taps me again, and that sends the car into full motion. There's no way of stopping this moment. So kind of reverse, go into this Aston's perspective. Kind of break it down what I would have done if I was the Aston driver. And let's pause it there. Boom, boom. So what you will notice with the Aston, when he mounts this sausage curb, he gets a bit of snap oversteer, back snaps a little bit, upsets the car, and he hops this curb a little too aggressive, and that's where he punts me. So what I would have done at this point is, if I was the Aston driver, you can see he's applying throttle. I would have fully applied the brakes, because I feel like, you know, the telemetry of my car kind of goes this way. She could have, you know, full braked and kind of missed me to the right, to the left, or maybe dodged it to the right. What does he do? Almost 75% throttle, still a little bit on the throttle, and hits me. And now he applies a little bit of brakes, and he gets punted by the BMW. So, kind of you know, you punted the car in front of you. This, you know, obviously I'm losing speed, and he's accelerating. Makes absolutely no sense in my book, but I don't know. That's LFM for you, I guess. I go spinning out of control like a madman, and I'm raging at this point. Car stalled. I kind of stay out of the way, join TRAK late. and we continue looking for the next shenanigans. There's a lot in this race. So we are back. A bit of time has gone by. I think we skipped 5 or 6 laps. There were crashes, but none that I was a part of. So here we are coming up to a stupid event. So I'm sitting in this position. I see the yellow flag. Wondering what happened. Chicane. So I'm looking here, looking, and what do I see? A freaking BMW sitting in the middle of the racing line. So on my stream, I actually was like, what the fuck? And actually start spamming in chat, like, what the fuck was this guy doing? So I had to go on the grass, hop the curb multiple times. BMW behind me does the exact same thing as well. So let's... What am I doing? Let's break this down. Go back a little bit. F7. Kind of want to show you the perspective of the BMW that spun it here. This guy right here. The troublemaker. So yeah, we can see what happens with the BMW here. You will never guess what happens with him. But we're coming down to the chicane. The BMW starts braking, like 85% of brakes, 90-ish. What do we see? The grass and Martin. So like I said before, this guy caused a lot of crashes. Kind of punts the BMW, taps him on the back. You know, he had what, 3 cars behind him. BMW goes spinning. Starts braking, tries to control it, applies more brakes, kind of hurt himself. McLaren barely avoids him as well. BMW kind of barely avoids him. The poor Aston Martin has to go off track to kind of regain the position or not get caught up in that. So at this point, he's in the middle, not in the middle of the racing line, but he's off the track, technically speaking. So what can he do at this point? You can see he's accelerating forward. Looks like he's trying to get out of the way. What I would have done in this situation is kind of looped around, gone, you know, kind of turn off traction control, get the car's ass to spin out, and follow this black tarmac road, or whatever, this black road, this off-road tarmac, whatever you want to call it. I would have followed it all the way over here and kind of exit how we did before when we got spun here. No, this isn't what the BMW does. BMW thinks he's better. So he's in 3rd gear, stops, drops it into reverse, and starts reversing onto the racing line. Yellow flag still waving. I don't see him. Now I start having a visual on him as he's reversing onto the track. I don't know. That's such a stupid move. It's unbelievable. So I have to take the sausage. This guy takes the sausage. The Aston goes through because now he's like, he gets a brain cell back, and that now, you know, he has to get out of the way. He would basically done what I would have said he should have done, just kind of going around this outer road, and he would have been fine. But nope, kind of decided to just full send it. So where's my dude? Where's my car? That's not this thing. Where am I? There I am. So, stupid move from the BMW driver. Unprofessional. It's pure stupidity to go back onto the racing line after you know there's people behind you racing. You know, we were 5-10 seconds behind him. Whatever. I mean, I thought LFM would be a lot better than public lobbies. Looks of it nowadays, it feels like it's public lobbies on steroids. So end of the race coming up, I get, like I said earlier, I get punted by this Lauren person. No offense to them, they apologize later in a private message. Here it happens. So we go into, again, end of the race. We got fireworks shooting off. We're fighting for P13 at this point, or yeah, P14. I grab the curb a bit too aggressive, gets the car a bit offset. He gains massive time on me. Nothing I can do. come around the corner, apply a little bit of brakes, kind of do a little bit of trail braking, do more trail braking. I hit the gas here, but he already had too much speed. Pit maneuvers on me. I go spinning. You know, I don't hold my brakes until the car comes to a complete stop. I didn't want to, you know, stop in the middle of the Aston's way. I kind of let the upcoming 2 cars go, as it's not fair to kind of cut into them. I wait. Car stalls. Turn it back on. I see there's nobody coming behind this green BMW, so I whip the back of the Audi around. There's the AMG coming up, but he's kind of far back to the point where I can make a safe maneuver. I don't think I even had to have him brake. I get on the race, I get into his way, but I quickly move over to the right side of the track, not to impede his racing line, and that is it. Actually, let's watch it from the board of the Mercedes and see what he saw coming up to the corner, and watch his telemetry as well. So he should see yellow flag somewhere. I mean, if he has a bigger monitor. So I'm spinning here. He's on the gas, full gas. So yeah, I didn't impede him. I moved to the right as fast as I could. So that's good. I'm happy that I didn't impede his lap there. But yeah, that is the end of the race, the shenanigan. Oh, wait. No, it's not. I lied. Aston strikes again. So, go back a little bit. So here we are. Like I said, that's the Mercedes that passed me. So we're kind of coming up. I hear my engineer say yellow flags ahead. I'm no clue what is going on. And there's an Aston going kind of backwards towards us. So I reported him for driving the wrong way as well. He goes on the grass, totally destroys his position. I think he got punted, if I'm not mistaken, by the black BMW that punts us. Yes, he did. So let's get his back bumper view. So the same situation. He brakes at the marker. I kind of braked, maybe a little too early. And you're going to see the bumper of the BMW coming up. And he hits him. And he goes spinning to the right side of the track, which is not a bad position. What he should have done here, in my opinion, is he's going to stop here. What I would have done is just turn traction control off, whip it around, and use this black tarmac again and just exit all the way over there. No, Aston Martin had a different theory on that one. Lets these 2 guys go and just completely turns around, goes in the grass, and yeah, I don't know. That's, in my opinion, kind of a stupid move. Like I said, I would have just taken this black tarmac road on the right side and just sent it that way. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of a breakdown video of the kind of the worst LFM race I've ever had. This was my 8th race, as the Aston Martin again kind of loses control of his car. 8th race, the worst one so far. There will probably be worse ones in the future, but this one so far was a demolition derby and a half. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.